Hey, Cleo. Hey, Cleo. Spooky. What you doing there, guy? What you doing, huh? What you doing? Loving life? You the man, ain't you? Yep. And Cleo, my little mama. She's doing fine. When you gonna bring them kitties by? Huh? Huh? Where's Magoo? He was here earlier. I'm sure as soon as he sees me, he'll be out here running around with me. Right, Spooky? Oh, you my guy, ain't you? I love you too. And that's my little lady, Cleo. Well, y'all, it's not food time yet, but it's getting close. We'll be back in a bit. I know, bowls are a little bare. Now, I got something yummy for you. You know, Sunday night, right? I'll get you taken care of. You know I will. Well, hello there, friends and family. Thought I'd take you around. We did just a little quick walk, but ain't a whole lot to see. Things are winding down here, and I've sort of let them get that way. Now, don't beat me up too much about the yard, but I ain't been able to get the mower out with all the rain and everything we've had. We had off and on intermittent showers, pop-ups they call them, 2 weeks prior to Laura, and then of course, not Laura, but Sally came through, and y'all all know about that. We had a ton of rain, 6 inches, nearly in one day. And then we've had off and on rain since then. And finally now today, Sunday, I think it's September the 20th, it's finally starting to dry up some. Now I'm not complaining though, we needed it. And I got my buddies with me. Got Cleo, and I got Spooky. See, Spooky, he's over there now wandering around. And of course, my lady, Cleo, she's right here with me. Still, she hasn't brought her kitties over. But as you can see, the old fig tree's starting to look a little sad. Time is over, and I'm gonna tell you something. Our temperatures fell off. We were in the low to mid 90s and above, and we've been down in the low 80s, and then we dropped into the high 70s, and the last few days we've been in the mid 70s. It's totally wonderful. Like I say, we've got to mow grass. Yep. Hopefully that's tomorrow's project. And I've just let things go in the gardens. And that, been picking a few tomatoes. And that. And they still got a few on. There's one down here. This old Beef Master. But as quick as its temperatures have turned down, we were actually 59 last night. I couldn't believe it when I got up. And I'm letting my beans go to seed now, because I just got way more beans than I know what to do with. I ain't got another place to stick them in the freezer. So I'm just letting them mature out, and I'll let them dry, and we'll pick them and shell them, and we'll have some seed for next year. Because even though this was a cross between my Kentucky Wonder and my rattlesnake pole beans, these turned out to be some tasty beans. And like I've said before, the juiciest bean I've ever ate in my life. I'm going to continue developing it. Yeah, it's sort of hybridized. Yesterday we picked a real fine green bell peppers, and we still got some blossoms showing up. If this weather stays cool and gets cooler, I'm not sure we'll even have time for any more peppers to mature. because it shouldn't be this cool this time of year. Nope. Sure shouldn't. This time of year, last year, we actually had several 100-degree days. Sure did. But we'll see. So everything is just sort of winding down. Right now, sort of looking like a jungle. I got to get things all back tidied up. We'll start on that tomorrow. The okra over here, it's still producing some okra. And I get, you know, anywhere from 6 to a dozen or so pods off of these, and the ones over in the south side driveway bed. And that's plenty for Mr. Tom. I've already got a gallon freezer bag filled up. And I already had some in the freezer before that. And that's my whole point. I just don't have a whole lot of freezer space left. And what you're seeing here right now, these are garlic chives. You can see the flowers on them. Bees just love these things. That's what I said. You know, I had these growing in a pot for like 10 years, sitting on the corner of that raised bed. And I guess the seed blew off, and all these come up wild here in the yard. And the amazing thing about it is, as you can see, they're all down through here. You can mow them all the way down when you mow grass, and they'll just keep coming back. In fact, there's one of my little bee buddies right there. You see him? He's working hard. We disturbed him. He had to take off. But we got another one over here working. A little bumblebee buddy. Working away. If it wasn't for them, times would be a whole lot tougher here. Because I have not seen a honeybee, and I can't remember when. It's been a long time. I mean, in years. Then I got to get out here and pick up some more limbs. I didn't have anything come down off the oaks, but I did have things come down off the pecan trees. And tomorrow morning, early, I'll be out here walking around grabbing all those up. You can see them out there in the grass. Go over here and check my peppers. I think I got some I need to pick. Oh yeah, sure do. Woo, yeah. Got me some nice red ripe Anaheims here. Ooh, yep, sure do. Got me some Calhorns right there. You tell me that ain't a pretty pepper. That's so bright red. And even over here on my lunch box, I've got one right there. Now these are sweet snacking pepper. Got another one down there. Got plenty of green ones. And that, of course, peppers don't love these cool days. And they don't love the real cool nights. We'll still get a few more. Of course, I sort of suspect everything's gonna heat up again. We'll just have to see. And of course, the tomatoes down here, they died off, and I'm all good with that. Now I want to show you something. You see that right there? That, my friends, is a tomato hornworm. And you see all those little white things on top of it? Those are egg sacs from a predator wasp. And it lays its eggs on the hornworm. Sure does. And that's a natural pest deterrent. And the only place that particular wasp lays its eggs is on top of a hornworm, just like it did. So I'm going to leave it be. Magoo, I knew once you saw me out here with the camera, yeah, I knew you'd show up. I knew you would, wouldn't you, buddy? Yeah? Yeah? You want to say hello to the peoples? Hmm? Hmm? You do? Oh, I love you too. You been out playing? Been out exploring? Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. I knew as soon as you heard my voice. Yeah, you my little buddy, ain't you? You my pal. Like I say, I got some branches that came down during Sally. And that, I'm just walking out here seeing if it's dried up enough to run the mowers. Got some branches to pick up and that. And we'll get the place all spiffied up starting tomorrow. Oh, looky here, Cleo. Look here. We got us a husky cherry tomato starting to turn nice and ripe. Got us another one right there. Spooky, what do you think? Do you like tomatoes? Huh? Do you like tomatoes? Well, we'll find out. Oh, there's Cleo right there. So you can see they're right here with me. Then this okra over here on the south side driveway bed's still producing. It's got several on there, and it'll probably be just the right size come morning. A volunteer tomato that we think is a whopper, Parks. Got a couple more tomatoes on it. I think I showed y'all that, but it's got a lot of bloom. You know, I come out here early in the mornings, tickle my tomato blossoms. Well, actually, sort of give them a little tickle every time I walk by. Green beans here. Yep, my little fall planting. Rattlesnake. Pole beans is coming along. Looking nice. And that. Still got a couple here, this one and this one. The train up on the pole. They'll run a little bit behind. But the rest of them are already starting up the pole. They're up to here about 3 feet. So as long as we don't get a frost, which we shouldn't, till sometime 3rd, 4th week of November, we should make some beans, and that'll be just right. Come on, Cleo. What do you think, Cleo? You're supposed to clean up before you go on camera. Not that. Tell her, Magoo. Tell her. Don't clean up on camera, do you? Huh? Don't tell her, Magoo, that she's got the vet next week. Well, be 2 days. Probably won't be able to mention the vet ever again, because the more you mention it to Trix, she's hard to find. Of course, as you can see, now Cleo's taken for high ground. And of course, blueberries, not blackberries. The old man's just having a hard time keeping his train of thought today. They wound down finally, about a week or so back. Looking a little bit ragged, but that's fine. they're finished for this year. Sun's starting to go down. Getting chillier by the minute. They say our low today will be tonight be anywhere from 58 to 59 degrees. That's unbelievable for us this time of year. But I can already see, because of the last week or so with these cooler temperatures, the leaves are already starting to turn. And that reminds me, when they start getting all colorful, I'm going to take you on, not a walkabout, but a rideabout. You know, have y'all jump in the back of the truck. And we'll ride on up into the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Sure will. Guys, got all three of them right here. Can I sit down too? What do you say? Spook, it's okay? Okay. So y'all, I just wanted to come on quickly today. Haven't done a little walkabout. Of course, thought about it and I said, well, the yard looks a mess right now. Ain't all prim and proper. You know, somebody will have something to say about it, sure. But as y'all know, I don't much care. I'll get to it. As long as it don't rain, don't look like it will. Skies are starting to clear up, and that's another thing. It's been overcast ever since Sally came through. And that, we didn't have no damage here. And my heart goes out to all those along the Alabama and Florida coast that did. I've been praying for them. I hope y'all will too. I hope y'all enjoyed my video I put out yesterday, Saturday, about the meat situation in America. And for the most part, that's been well accepted, but you know, like all videos, some people have really strong opinions, and some took offense. You know, I shouldn't be encouraging people not to stock up. Well, nowhere during that video did I advise people they shouldn't be stocking up. I even commented back to one viewer and told him, I said, you know, if you know me and been with the channel for any length of time, you know I always promote having at least enough food for 3 months, bare minimum. Better would be 6 months, and best would be a year or more. And then, you know, some thought, well, that's y'all stocking up, got everything you need's fine if you're food secure, but so many are food insecure. Well, I understand that. There are a lot of people right out there in America, as well as all over the world, and there are every year. Nothing new, maybe more now in America than ever before, but Africa, it's an every year thing. Parts of Asia, parts of the Middle East. And if you haven't been to some of these countries, or even areas, Americans don't have a good grasp on just how good we have it here. And this may offend some of you, and I don't really care. Our poorest person here has it better than the poorest person in almost any other country in the world. They surely do. Because in many countries in Africa, they don't got to worry about a meat shortage. They don't got to worry about bean shortage or rice shortage, corn shortage. All they care about is having enough to at least eat one meal a day. And a lot of them subsist on food rationings that come from the UN. And it's not MREs. It's not anything like that. It ain't one meat with 3 veggies and bread. No, it's this mixture of grains and that. I've ate it. and it will keep you going. But it ain't too damn tasty. And think about eating something like that every day, every day, every day, for who knows how long. But here in America, we're far too quick to complain. And I know, just like I said in that video about the meat situation in America, and like I said, and here again gets back, people don't listen closely, there were shortages, there were outages. And I even said, you know, there probably still were in some areas. But I can only tell you what I see here, plus, like others that don't provide this, I gave you links in the description below so you can go check each state and see what was the condition of your meat processing plants and where they are now. And as me putting that video out yesterday, there wasn't a meat processing plant closed anywhere in America. And that's just fact. Yep. Apparently, from looking down at the comments, meat prices are still extremely high in a whole lot of areas. But that should make you question why. Yep. Because it ain't about the meat processing plants being closed. And then we had some, well, millions of animals were actually slaughtered and are still being slaughtered. I saw pictures. Well, I got a few sites on that. One's from the USDA and a couple more are from actual industry sites that say, yeah, initially there were pigs that were put down. There were chickens that were euthanized and put down. But instead of it being tens upon tens of millions of animals, it was greatly, greatly reduced. And I mean, it even astounded me. If you'd like, I can do a video about that, and I've actually thought about it. What we were told, what was sensationalized in the mainstream media and social media, and what actually happened. But I'm going to give it a few days because I've already pissed off YouTube. Not YouTube per se, but a pile of content creators. Hence why I think I'm about to break a record on dislikes on a video. But here again, I don't care. I told you the truth. I left the links so you could go see them. When I was doing the video, you could see the date and the day and even the time. You could look down the right hand corner of the video and see the date and time for when I was actually sitting there doing the video with you. Yep. Unlike so many others that I've caught doing this. And that was one of the reasons I went ahead and did the video on me. I caught them using articles from back in March and April and May. I sure did. But they done got smart because I'd called out a few of these in the past. They made sure you couldn't see the date on those articles. But I immediately recognized them. And that's just wrong. You want to sell your crap on YouTube, you want to do all of that, that's fine. But you don't do it using old information that's no longer pertinent. That's just plain out lying. I don't care what you want to call it. And it was because of that reason, and it wasn't just one site, it was several, that I decided to do the video on meat in America. So I hope y'all understand now. It wasn't about people loving the video. It was about getting out the true situation that was in the past and currently is in America in regards to meat. And there were some comments too, and I'd like to talk about that, where they said, you know, we eat way too much meat. And I'll be the first to agree. That's 155% right. It sure is, and I admit it. And you can do your own research. As a country becomes more developed and more prosperous, there is one key factor that is tracked, and that's meat consumption. Sure is. Yep. Because as the people become more prosperous, they buy and eat more meat. It's a fact. It really is. And I come from the generation back during the 50s, 60s, and early 70s before I left home. But we didn't have meat every day. No. And when we did, the meals my mama cooked and my daddy cooked, they weren't jam-packed up like everything now. I mean, my mama could make 2 meals, maybe 4, out of a pound of hamburger meat. And I'm getting ready to cook one tonight. That was one of her go-to staples that I just love today. Now, I'm not going to slim down on the meat like she did, because I just happen to have adequate supply. But I could always tell when we were running low. Of course, this would be towards the end of the month, because like I said, my daddy, working for the Army, only got paid once a month. Because when we had things like what I'm preparing tonight, which is hamburger gravy, by the way, meat got a little slim in it. I'm sure it did. There's still meat in it, but you could tell the difference between the first of the month and the end of the month. Trust me that. But Mama tried, and I don't care, and it was still darn right tasty. And I'd plan that for my Sunday evening dinner, because when I eat it, it reminds me of Mama and Daddy. Yeah, times were hard, but I never had to worry. We had food to eat, and it was good and tasty food. It filled us up, kept us going. So when I cook this and I eat it now, it always reminds me of those days when we'd all sit down at the dinner table and Mama would put it on, and God bless her heart, you could tell. And she'd have a couple of veggies, and we'd have, you know, a stack of white bread in the center. We always did. Have our butter. Mom made sure we always had a glass of milk at dinner. Always. It just reminds me of a better time. You know, it reminds me of home and love. So tonight, in the late evening, as I'm making my dinner, I'm going to allow y'all to come along with me, and we're going to travel back in time. Yep, we sure are, to the 50s. And I'm going to make a meal for myself and you, and before I put any onion in it, and garlic in the hamburger, I'm going to make sure I get some out for the Kitty Krew. Trixie too. Of course, you'll be able to hear Trixie, because she won't be letting me even get no rest until I do that. So I just wanted to come on today, talk about a few things. It's sort of just, you know, just a blog. And that, state my opinions about the video and what my intent was. And I know the majority of y'all understood. And so many have appreciated it. And I'm ever so thankful for all of you. And I was talking to Rudy. You know, he's that Alaska prepper, and we were talking. And that last night, as it was uploading, before you ever saw it, and like I told him, when my videos get outside this community, when they get more views than I normally get from all of y'all out there, it can get nasty sometimes. But the reason I did the one on the EMP and the reason I did the one on the meat was so, you know how it is. Believe it or not, you can believe whatever you want. if you want to continue, like tomorrow's gonna be no meat, and I know people said, well, I think it's gonna get way worse this winter. There's gonna be a second wave. Well, that could happen. Sure could. And then it may not. We don't know. And that's why the whole purpose of that video was not to get you to not be prepared. It was to give you some ease of mind. Because I have a lot of viewers that contact me, and they're struggling. They're on fixed incomes. They're worried. They're getting anxious. Some, it's affecting their health. I talked to a viewer up in Michigan that's been real supportive of this channel. God bless her. Kim. And she gets anxiety over everything that's happening. Not only in the world, but, you know, she's got things she's got to take care of, you know, with her parents, herself, and I'm not going to go all into that. You know, that's private. But it made me start to think, you know, with everything being dumped on us, and that, maybe by me digging into things and seeing, first of all, were they as bad as what we're being told? As bad as it's been trumped up to be? Or is it not? And if it's not, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put it out there primarily for my children, my grandson, my close friends and family, and for all of you that have become my friends here on YouTube and support this channel and are part of our community. Because like I told Rudy last night, I don't know of a better channel or a better community of a channel than all of y'all out there. And I'm going to tell you what, Rudy had the same thing to say about all his folks too. And I got to admit, because I watch Rudy's videos, I read the comments from his videos, and many of Rudy's Alaska Preppers subscribers are also subscribers of my channel. Rudy appreciates it. He feels blessed, and I feel blessed as well. And the Kitty Krew does too. And of course old Tricks, which, you know, we're about to catch it here in a minute. But anyway, I hope your Sunday's going well. I hope if you want the temperatures to come down and be wonderful like they are right now, but I think it's down now about 75 and falling. Won't be long now, you see old Mr. Tom out here in a long sleeve shirt. Yep. But the kitties are loving it. And I'll love it when I get to switch off the air. Just open up the house and let God's coolness cool the house for a change. It won't last long. We don't have a long fall in the south. It goes from, just extremely hot to a little cool, and then we get cold. Got to turn the heat on, or at least we do here in the south. You know, it gets down, 50. We got to turn the heat on. But anyway, I hope this video finds y'all well, safe, and happy with your family, your loved ones, your friends, and may God bless each and every one of you. Till next I see you. Goodbye for now. Magoo, you ready to come on in? You want to come on in? Come on. Let's go in and catch it from Trixie, okay? Come on. You know, she's going to be irritated. She's going to be able to smell me. Yep, she's going to be able to smell. Been out here with the Kitty Krew, huh? Come on, Magoo. Come on, Magoo. Get on in the door so I can get in. Okay? Come on, guys. You ain't coming in, are you, Cleo? I don't blame you. One queen in the house is enough for me. Trix, what's your problem? You could have come out with us, sat on the porch, took a walkabout, talked to the folks. What do you think? No? Huh? Well, video's over. Say goodbye to the peoples. Huh? Say goodbye. No, I can't help it. They love me too. Go in and give Magoo a hug. He's in the living room. Okay? Yeah, like that's gonna happen anytime in my lifetime. Later, all.